You know our first guest tonight from classic movies like A Few Good Men, Apollo 13, and Footloose. You can see him in Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F., which premieres on Netflix on July 3rd. And he's starring in the horror film Maxine, which is in theaters nationwide July 5th. Please welcome back to the show our very good friend Kevin Bacon, everybody.
I'm very well, thank you. Yep, feeling fine. Yes.
It's been a little bit of a break. We were talking backstage. Last time you were here, you had to sit on the other end of the couch because it was COVID.
I know.
And then we probably would have seen you last year, but there was a strike.
I know. You know what I did during the strike, by the way? One of my favorite things, this is a quick aside, you just said the word strike, and I thought of Strike Force 5.
Oh, very kind.
Am I right? I loved it. That got me through the strike.
That's very kind of you to say.
So
it
good.
got me through as well. It was very nice.
I so wish you guys. Obviously, we'd have to have another strike. But
we'll try not to.
Yeah, try. Not.
You had a nice back pocket plan for the strike. Not really a plan, but something you could fall back on.
Well, I'm in a band.
Yes.
I'm in a rock band. So we were able to do a bunch of tours, and we had recorded a new record, and
this is you and your brother.
Yeah, me and my brother.
And you've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, since '94 or something like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I still love doing it. We got some dates this summer. I'll tell you a road story, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to think while I'm telling you this story of what the New York Post headline would be.
Okay.
But you'll just keep that in your mind.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so, guys in the band know, you stay in these hotels that are not very high end.
Yeah.
But often have the free breakfast, which is like, the waffles and the eggs and a couple of pieces of Cheerio. And so I wasn't hungry, and we were going from one lousy hotel to another. So I grabbed a couple of boiled eggs, to take with me.
Sure.
Now, these eggs were, I want to say, they were peeled, but they were hard-boiled. Took them to the next hotel, put them in the microwave to heat them up, put it on a minute, and all of a sudden I hear, boom! And I open up this microwave, and one of the eggs has completely exploded all over the microwave, So I'm like, this is such a drag, and I got to clean it up, but I'm hungry, So I bite into the other egg, and it's a grenade going off in my mouth.
So that one waited till you bit it to explode.
It exploded in my mouth. It's a cautionary tale, folks. I don't know how you would. I guess you have to cut them in half.
Don't take this the wrong way. I don't think anybody here has to be cautioned to bring 2 eggs from one hotel to another hotel. And then throw them in a microwave.
Well, listen.
I know it sounds sweet.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was going to work. And so literally, I grab a cold towel, put it on my face. I take the towel off. This is a little gross. And the skin on my lips is on the towel.
Oh, my God.
And so I call up the doctor, and the doctor says, well, you've obviously burned yourself badly, and prescribed some stuff. For the next, month, my lips were bright red, I was like a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I mean, they were just, bright red. And I learned a great lesson.
All right.
What's the headline of the Post?
Kevin is not smart.
See, man. I was gonna say bacon burned by egg.
That's better. That's better. You've been in this city, I know you've moved around a bit, but you moved here in 1976.
Yes.
I think that's a time that everybody has a very romantic idea of New York City.
Yes.
But was it a nightmare to actually live here? Okay.
Oh, I loved it.
Okay, great. What was your first place? Where did you start?
I started at the Bretton Hall on 85th and Broadway. I was looking for a place that was $150 a month.
Okay.
And I couldn't find one. And So I went. Somebody said to me, "You got to look in the at the back of the Village Voice." So I looked at the back of the Village Voice, and there's an article that said, an ad that said, "Actors, dancers, musicians, residents." So I show up at this place, and it's nicer now. It was an absolute flop house. I mean, and the neighborhood, as much as I loved it, was not what it is now.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I walk in, and the guy says to me, "We don't have any one bedrooms." By the way, they weren't one bedrooms. I slept in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Literally on a mat. I mean, the story goes. But anyway, so I looked. I said, but he said, "But we do have a 2-bedroom for $3.25." I was like, "Well, I want to only spend $150, but I guess I could go up, I don't know, whatever it is, $12." And I said, "But I don't have a roommate." He said, "What about this guy?" I turned to the guy next to me. I said, "Do you want to?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I lived with the guy for 4 years. I didn't know the guy at all. Didn't know anything about him. And I just had lunch with him about, I don't know, 2-3 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Now, when you went to the restaurant, and don't take this the wrong way, did you bring your own eggs, or did you? But I do want to ask, because I know you and your wonderful wife, Kira Sedgwick, you guys have a farm. You have animals on the farm.
Yeah.
And you're a bit of a chef, yeah? Can you cook a little?
I could cook a little bit. We like to cook. We like to make our own sort of stuff. She's much more of a recipe follower, and I'm much more of a rebel.
Okay, gotcha. But you have also, it seems as though you have a long history with. Well, but now I'm going to show the pictures, and it's really. So you have been very successful growing giant zucchini.
I have.
This is you
yes.
as a young man.
Yes, this is me. Yeah.
And obviously that green thumb continues.
Yes.
This is. Like, this should be in a record book.
Hey, listen, anybody that's grown zucchinis know that if you go for a little while and you don't pick them small, you can turn around with something absolutely gigantic. But the question is, what do you do with that much zucchini?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even really like zucchini that much.
No.
I mean, I like it okay, but...
Yeah, no, but
it's not...
if somebody said, "You want to come over?" I just picked a giant zucchini. I think I might make other plans.
Yeah. But you know what else is sort of embarrassing about that? Is... So, okay, you got to think behind the scenes because, yes, I grew that zucchini, I took that picture, but then I decided to do a search for the other picture of the zucchini. So that's the embarrassing part.
Yeah.
That I thought, I think there's another picture of me with a... I seem to remember another picture with a big zucchini. I mean, that's just so...
So it's interesting, you're sitting here being like, "I don't like zucchini that much," but every time you get one, you're like, "I got to get a picture."
It's true.
I got a lot more to ask about. We'll be right back with Kevin after this.